Josh Giddey struggles in the second half of the Australia versus Canada game. Y'all know we're going to talk about it and break it down, but you gotta hear the music first. Cognac gang. Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on a daily episode, giving you guys a Josh Giddey recap from his Australia basketball game versus Canada today. If you're tuned in with me today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Giddey and the Australia Boomers, they fell to Canada in what was a really, really exciting game for Josh Giddey in the Australia team. In the first half, it was a back and forth affair, and both of those teams really was competing at a very, very high level until Canada said enough is enough. I ain't gonna lie to you, but nonetheless, we talking about Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey had a solid first half: 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, with a crazy step back three. My goodness, my man's was on fire. He was cooking. He was driving to the basket. He was, getting everybody involved, hitting 3-pointers. And then when the guys went into the break, they had themselves a lead. They go into the locker room. Canada comes out. Canada hit them with the, nah, we gonna turn this thing up. And what it looked like it was gonna be, continue to be a back and forth affair. That only lasted a little while. To where Canada really started to utilize SGA getting downhill, and then Lou Dort adding some of that physicality out there, and RJ Barrett getting downhill and stuff like that for Team Canada. And it was Australia was just kind of, on skates a little bit, trying to figure out or trying to match that intensity. They competed well, and Josh Giddey did as well. But yeah, in the end, it did get a little concerning. I will say that, you know what I'm saying? And some of those matchups down the stretch, we know that I believe it's Josh Harris over there on the Australia side was the primary defender on SGA. But then later down in the game, we seen Josh Giddey get it switched on a lot of these defenders. Jamal Murray. Offensive players like Jamal Murray, like SGA. Then you even seen some from RJ Barrett, not necessarily on Giddey, but in those situations, they was kind of, seeping out and trying to scope out who was the weakest link on the floor at that time, to where Josh Giddey, with a few minutes left in the game, was placed out of the game. So it was something that we know as Bulls fans that we want to see him continue to work on that, and we don't want him to become a liability. The first half was solid. I believe he was solid on both ends of the floor. He was helping, his team compete at a very, very high level. In that second half, it was a bit shaky. You know what I'm saying? It was a bit shaky. We got to call it how we see it. It was a bit shaky. It was a kind of a drop off once those driving lanes closed up. Josh Giddey was still able to try to create for others, and there was some of those were still successful. But in the second half, Team Australia really needed Josh Giddey to provide some type of offensive support. But those type of games happen all the time, so we're not going to overreact on it. We just going to call it how we see it and say it wasn't a strong performance in that second half, but it very well was a strong performance in that first half. So we're going to see how these guys continue to move on through these Olympics, and he's one of ours. So we're going to check him out and keep you guys updated with the information that's coming in regarding all the players on Chicago Bulls. We just had Javon Carter throw his little thing together the other day. Now we're going to continue to follow Josh Giddey to see how he can continue to make the Chicago Bulls better. I say one thing Josh Giddey take away from this game is don't become a liability. That's all I would say. That's what I would say to Josh Giddey. Don't become a liability on the defensive end to the point to where you have to be pulled out of the game. And I'm not saying that's going to happen at the NBA level, but it has happened before. So, you know what I'm saying? Or with the Chicago Bulls, but it has happened before. So we're going to pretty much check them out on that. And I will say that outlet pass, bro, that man got that he need to continue to utilize that as his weapon. But and you know what I'm saying, when it's not there, because you forcing the defender to get back on the man that's already down there, use those driving lanes to your advantage to continue to create for others and everything. And overall, the SGA and Josh Giddey and the OKC Thunder, because they had Lou Dort out there, it was fun to watch. Unfortunately, Josh Giddey couldn't get it done today. But that's it for just the quick update regarding Josh Giddey. If you tuned in, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to go ahead. And if you watch the game and you want to give me your take on Josh Giddey, call in, hit the mailbag line at 773-242-9219. You call in, state your name, leave your take. If you got something to say about Josh Giddey or anything Chicago Bulls, and we're going to rock out and do that. But thank y'all, Bulls Nation, see red, and of course, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.